BlapChat.
What's going on?
What's poppin'?
It's goody.
What's poppin'?
So nice out today.
Yeah, it is. It's the second day of summer?
It's literally, it's technically the second day of summer.
Is.
Hopefully the weather improves because it's been hotter before it turns summertime.
Yeah, true.
It'll get better.
Exactly.
It'll get better.
We'll see what's up.
Breezy.
Welcome to BlapChat, episode 37? Or is it
No,
38?
38.
Episode 38. Or 39.
39.
I think it's 39, actually.
I think you're right.
Wow.
Almost going to the 40.
Big
Sheesh.
4-0.
That's where everything changes in 40.
That's where everything changes. That's when that's when you can no longer do 2 cups of rice. You do 1 cup.
Right.
Do 1 cup of coffee.
That's
per day.
when that's when you got
Bad and bougie.
That's when you got to take the stairs and stop taking the elevator. What am I even talking about? So welcome to BlapChat, guys. This is our all music production podcast where we like to talk about what we love, and that's music production most of the time. Man, we had a really good episode last week. I think definitely want to shout out all of our listeners, all of our new subscribers. A lot of music producers, but also we have some non-music producers that are kind of tuning in, which is very interesting and awesome at the same time. Shout to you guys, for subscribing on iTunes, checking us out on SoundCloud, and now YouTube. Hey, let's wave to the camera.
Hey,
middle finger, fuck you. Make sure you guys subscribe and keep following us, man. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content and the conversations we have, man. But I want to start the episode by just saying, rest in peace to a great one that we lost this week, Prodigy.
Word.
Mob Deep.
It's actually kind of crazy.
Really
Very
like
sad.
Very
So
sad.
sad.
Yeah, just condolences to his family and everyone that's being affected directly right now by his loss. We lost a great one, but you know what? His legacy will live on, and that's just what it is. But I know that he no longer has to suffer. I know he was sick for a while, but condolences to him and the family. So rest in peace, Prodigy, man.
Was that the official cause of death?
I don't know. I don't think there was an official
Announcement.
Yeah,
that's what
it.
I thought. Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
But
sad, man.
shout to Prodigy, man.
Yeah.
He was so young.
Young.
42, right? 42.
All
42,
of them are.
man.
All of them, like
40s.
a lot of rappers, like specifically 42, 40, 30, late 30s, like going off kind of young, but it's just like, gotta take care of it. Like, gotta take care of yourself, eat good. Not to say like that's what I don't know what happened with him, but like, man,
just in general speaking. Yeah.
It used to be like when I was younger, you heard about like older people having heart attacks, and like that was like an old thing.
Yeah.
Now it's like I'm hearing 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds like just dying.
I look at my mom and I'm just like,
right.
Yeah.
That's at first I was like, oh, my mom's cool. I was like, but wait a minute, hold on. Like, you have to stop drinking sodas. You have to like stop.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
Go back and listen to our nutrition episode with Tamar Samuels. I think it was episode 24 or 6. But she's a nutrition specialist, and we kind of tackled a lot of that stuff. But it's pretty evident that food is really just like a direct. It has a direct impact.
Yeah, I was actually having a conversation with this producer, songwriter that I know, and he was just telling me that he started to go like more organic and in a healthier route, and he started feeling happier, and he was able to like wake up in the morning and not feel tired. And I'm like, that's like one of my biggest issues is like, the whole late night, early morning thing where sometimes in the morning I'm like, fuck.
Right.
Can I get one more hour?
Yeah, true.
And he was saying that his girlfriend started to see the difference. And she started to say, like, I want to feel that way. I want to feel how you're feeling. So he started to, and she's a vegetarian. So he kind of had to, like, do his research and see, like, what kind of foods would benefit her in like, changing her diet. And also him exploring, like, the vegetarian kind of dishes, to switch things up and find other healthy alternatives than what we think of, you know, because
Yeah.
when we think healthy, we think like salads and
Or, like,
vegetables
vegan.
or
Right,
vegan,
right.
but they're
Yeah.
like, he was telling me there are other different types of grains that you can like substitute, you know.
Yeah.
So he was telling me today, he's like, I feel so much better. I feel, you know, happy and
It's true.
It's a real thing.
It's true. It's a real thing. And it, you know, I think there's this kind of like, and listen, I'm not an expert, but just from what I've read about and kind of what I've seen, it's like, you know, the vegan diet isn't necessarily like a better diet.
Right.
You know, it's
Yeah.
just people go vegan for their own personal reasons. And there's some advantages too. But like a couple things that like I learned about like food and how it impacts you is really just like understanding your own sort of allergens with food. And like, believe it or not, there's very little research on it, or it hasn't really been publicized, but your blood type impacts
That's the
the
biggest
way
part.
you eat. Like there's, if you're like let's say you're blood type O, you know, and I don't know, I'm just setting
Yeah.
like a random example, but like if you're blood type O, for instance, like maybe, you know, certain grains are not good for you, so you should stay away from those. Or like if you're type A, maybe you know, a paleo diet is more, you know,
Right.
is better for you, and you're like the way your body is made up. So there's it's
all
so
tailor-made.
complicated.
It's all
so
tailor-made to
complicated.
each person.
Right,
'cause,
but
like,
I will say that like some like things that are definitely not good for you are like
the
sugar
obvious, yeah.
Right.
and like
Sugar, Coke,
anything with like a
cookies.
million ingredients. You know,
That
it's
we,
like,
like you don't even know like what they're
Right.
even like
Dude.
called.
Yeah,
like
like-
honestly, I didn't know what the hell gluten was. Like
Yeah.
when people were like, "Oh, gluten free," I was
Right.
like, "All right, what the hell is that?"
and now
it tastes
exactly.
the same to me.
And now there's this like new study that like gluten is actually like really bad for you. Like wheat, like
Yes.
we're like humans aren't supposed to eat wheat. Like
We're
bread.
not supposed to eat
Yeah,
corn.
that's
We're not
crazy.
supposed
like
to
bread is
have-
apparently like really
Every-
bad. For
And
you.
I
really
love bread.
Fucking love
Who
bread.
doesn't
Oh,
love
yeah.
bread?
I can eat bread with anything.
Yeah.
I'll quit music to eat bread, bro.
Yo, I
You just
tweeted.
give me
give me a
bread
fucking
and I'm
loaf of
good.
sourdough right
Yeah,
now. I'm
just
done.
give
I'll
me
sell,
bread
I'll
and
sell
I'm
my
good.
computer, bro.
Yo, real talk. I tweeted something like, the real problem with with drugs. You think white, you think cocaine, right?
Yeah.
Nah, man, it's that white bread, man.
that white bread.
It's that white. Oh,
bread, 'cause
forget
that's,
it.
No,
that
but-
tastes the best with peanut butter and jelly.
Oh my
Rice
God.
is a different
No,
story.
rice
The
is a
white- that's
whole
white,
nother-
too.
You
Shit,
know,
I'll
rice.
eat bread with rice. My
Fun
crazy,
fact.
Yeah.
pathetic
Put some
ass.
fucking
fact.
ketchup and rice all
Yo,
day, bro.
get bread, put
Little
rice in the
side-
middle, make
no,
a rice
I mean like
sandwich.
I'll have like a little dish, like, and then that bread looks good.
Bread
Let me
and
have
rice.
that
Let me
as
grab
a side. Let me have that as a side.
Rice expands 2 or 3 times the size when it's actually in your body. Fun
Really?
fact. Yes.
Wow.
So think about that. What do you think?
Well,
I
I'm
definitely
Filipino,
cut
so-
down on my portions though. Of
yeah, you
rice,
just gotta
for
portion it
sure.
right.
Nah, man, I need 2 cups.
You need 2 cups.
2 cups to
I like
the head.
I like little brown rice, cool little lentils in it or something.
Nah,
you
I'll
know?
do rice for dinner with a side of protein. You know what I'm
Oh, you
saying?
ever did you do ration food? Someone told me about ration food.
Yeah.
out
Well,
here.
no, I didn't. What do you mean, like a?
The rice, white rice, a can of tuna, or like just like tuna and then
Mm-hmm.
soy sauce.
I haven't done that, but it sounds amazing.
It is, but it's supposed to be like poor people food. 'Cause, like,
Yeah,
when
I
she
mean,
came
that-
out here,
Shit,
with
I was
that shit
poor
was
as fuck.
That's
bomb.
like a quick meal when you don't have shit in the fridge.
Yeah.
no,
It's like,
I did
fuck
that.
it.
I did rice with ketchup,
Yeah.
Okay,
and then
yeah,
I
yeah.
also did rice with spam.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
rice
definitely.
with ketchup was like big
Yeah. That
in
was
like
big.
the Latin
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of
That's
like
big in
I
my
believe
world
that.
too.
With
Yeah.
the spam too. Spam
Yeah.
and that.
My
You ever
dad
put
used
a-
to be.
fried-
my
You ever
dad
put a
used
little
to
bit
eat
of sugar?
spam.
Put the sugar on the spam when you get so that you
so
get
you
that
real,
glaze.
See,
Get that
the
glaze
hoodest
on
I
top.
got was Vienna sausages and some hot sauce.
Vienna sausages.
That's about the
Yeah,
most-
all
That's
those.
not that hood. That's
Yeah, that's moderate. You know what I'm saying? Spam though, that's like
Yeah, yeah.
that's gully.
Y'all
Yeah.
ever
Fried
do?
Oh,
that-
yeah.
fried
Y'all-
spam.
Fried
I love
spam.
spam.
Y'all ever
No,
do?
I remember when I did have it. It
Yeah.
tastes good as a
Tastes
kid.
good,
My
yeah.
dad made me eat it. I didn't go buy that shit. He
Ain't
had it
nothing wrong.
already.
I got one for you. You too lazy to cook, so you got the ichiban, the ramen noodle, but then you take the bag and you put the the flavor packet in it, and then you shake it up and you eat it like potato chips.
Oh,
I never
That's
did
some
that.
ghetto
My
ass
aunt
shit.
used to just eat
that.
it raw.
Ghetto
I did
as
that shit.
fuck.
I never
that's,
did that.
That's very rugged. That's very
That's
thug life.
like,
crunchy.
damn.
It's crunchy.
Ain't no
Thug
dishes
living.
clean, water don't work. I gotta do what I gotta do.
I
Sugar
imagine.
water. I'm just naming hood
Sugar
shit.
water, yeah, I
But
did
sugar
that,
water
yeah.
was
Cereal
like a
with
main
water.
thing. Yeah.
Listen, guys, and well, why don't you guys mention in our comments here? Go to the comment section and tell us your most ghetto, crazy food come up when you were,
when you had nothing?
When you had
What's
nothing.
your thug life meal?
Give us your thug life meal.
Yeah, I
We'd
want to know
like
your thug life meal.
We'd like to know that.
When you're just
'cause-
like, man, I had
Nah,
an
there's
avocado slice and an orange peel, and I
There's
just
like
cooked that shit up.
They sell like this green, like I don't even know what you call it, whatever it is. It's like a big container or whatever of crackers, like the soda cracker.
I think I know what you're talking
That
about.
shit saves my fucking life.
Yeah.
The tin, right? It was
Man,
coming in
the
the tin.
tin.
And then what
I will
happens?
fuck up a tube
and
of
then-
crackers in my
No,
sleep.
but then that tin of rice becomes abuela. She puts the rice in there to store it. Right after that.
No,
Yeah.
but those crackers, man, I eat it with anything. Peanut butter
great.
and jelly. Put some fucking like a slice of cheese
Saltines,
on
man.
there.
I'm just hungry right now.
Saltines.
Like-
Y'all ever crush up saltines and bread your chicken with it?
Nah.
No, that is
Damn,
how
there's
thug is
another one.
that? That's
Yeah, that
that's
shit's
a
good
different
though,
one.
because you don't have to salt the chicken. There's salt on it already.
We should have a ghetto meal.
And all them
one.
preservatives
ghetto
in
meal.
there.
a good one.
They emulsify with the oil really well. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Tell us about your
man.
your ghetto
ghetto
meals coming
dish.
up. Thug life.
Thug
dishes.
life
Come up.
dishes.
Yeah. But yeah, man, shit. A lot, man. We have a lot going on actually. So I was on my Instagram today, and some of you guys who have been following me kind of have an idea of this that I was this thing that me and Atlas actually partnered up together and started working on along with some really amazing people. But anyway, there's this new website that I wanted to plug for you guys. This is for producers, and it's called BeatThread, right? BeatThread. BeatThread, right? And you can go to beatthread.com. So basically what it is a website for producers where they can log in, sign up, which is free, and you can upload your beats. And then basically what happens is you get a rating system and you get critiqued from other users. So you upload a beat and there's a rating system, thumb up, thumb down, kind of similar to BlapChat. And then there's an actual comment section where users can go in, listen to your beat, and then they can comment and say, hey, your snare is a little loud, maybe you want to change this, or hey, the beat is fire, keep going, or whatever you want to say. And it's cool. And so the cool thing about the website is that the beats that get the highest ratings float to the top and become the most popular. So it's almost like Reddit, but for beats, for music producers. So it's called BeatThread. We've been working really hard on this. We have a great team of technicians that are putting this together. We just sort of exited beta mode, I think, right, Atlas?
Yep,
And
that's
we're
correct.
officially public with it. So you can register now. It's completely free. If you're a music producer and you want to join a community and give feedback, receive feedback, and do it all online, you can upload as many tracks as you want. Go to the website, go to beatthread.com, and trust me, you guys are going to be hearing a lot more from this. I just hit up the homies to get them to join, and we got some people coming on the website. So it's great. It's just a fun thing for you guys to do, and a great way to just get your music heard and get some unbiased opinions from some of your peers. So we do this for the music producer. Again, you guys already know. So check out beatthread.com. It's free. Trust me, go log in, sign up, and go ham. You have anything to add, Atlas, to it?
No, I mean, you pretty much said it all. The great thing about the website, if for producers or even artists too, if they want, they can upload. But the idea was basically for producers is, let's say you upload 5 tracks, right? Or let's say 6, right? And then you did 3 of them when you got home at night, and then the other 3 you did like in the morning, right? Let's just say, and then you upload the tracks, and then a week goes by, a few weeks go by, you're getting the critiques, you're getting the rating system. Just from a step back looking at it, you could look just from the rating system alone and be like, oh wow, damn, those beats that I made in the morning are getting way better ratings than the beats I made at night. It's kind of weird. Let me just start doing beats in the morning, right? So that's one way to kind of look at it. Also, what's cool too is then after you just from the rating system, you see that, then it gets really cool because now you can click, you kind of zoom in, and now you're getting the critiques.
Yep.
Yo, lower that. Cut the intro. Lower that bass. Put that bass line in the beginning. Move that chorus to the end. Make that like nobody's doing that. I don't care what website you're on. Nobody's doing that. So go out there, check it out. It's called BeatThread. beatthread.com. It's gonna be fire.
Yeah, and follow Beat Thread on social media. Yep. Check it out. You guys should join too. We gotta let us know.
Signed up for the shit.
Obviously, you guys will give you guys verified checks.
Oh yeah.
You know, we got
get that check.
Yeah, that blue
verified check. You know what I mean?
And you know, I just hit up
I
just hit up some of the homies that we're trying to get them on the website. They're gonna get blue checks too, but you'll be seeing more blue checks on that site soon. You know, I can call some people and put that into play. Timbaland, Just Blaze, Swizz Beats. So yeah, you know, you never know who might pop in and listen to your beat and say, hey, it's Swizzy, your beat is whack, or hey, it's Swizz, your beat is awesome, hit me up, or whatever it is, you know, like it's just a good platform, and we're making some phone calls to put that into motion. So join the website, beatthread.com. It's really fun. So outside of that, also too, another announcement, July 12th. Obviously you guys probably have been seeing on my social media, Pass the Aux experience. So basically, long story short, I am choosing a secret location in New York City, which will be a studio. And what I'm going to do is I'm inviting a small handful of producers to come through to the studio for about 3 hours, and you're going to play your beats for me and for everyone else. And we're going to just sit there, play beats, and I'll give you, you know, constructive criticism on the spot, some advice. I'm going to answer questions. So it's almost like kind of being in the studio with me for 3 hours, and we kind of get busy. And it's a really good experience. We did that last month for some folks, and people were flying in from all different places to come join us. So if you're interested in reserving a slot, go to llmindproducer.com. It's happening on July 12th, which is a Wednesday, I think, in New York City at a secret location, and there's only 20 people invited to come through. So go register for that if you're interested. llmindproducer.com. It's called Pass the Aux, and we're going to start doing this in more cities. We're going to take it global. We're going to do it Europe. We're going to do London. We're going to do Australia. We're going to do China. We're going to do the Philippines. We're going to do LA. We're going to do Atlanta. We're going to do Miami. We're going to do the Bay Area. We're going to do Toronto. We're going to do Montreal. We're going to do Mars. We're going to do Venus. We're going to do Uranus. We're going to do...
Whoa, pause.
Hey, hold
no,
up.
I purposely said
sure?
Uranus.
I don't want to pass anything
Are
over
you
there.
You know?
You get it, right?
You'll get it. So, yes, check it out, guys, if you're interested. So, listen, anyway, you know, all these things we do this for the music producer. And it's interesting because I've been seeing a lot more coverage and press for music producers. I want to shout out DJ Booth, first of all, because they've been kind of going hard for the producer as of late. They just put out that list of 10 upcoming producers that are kind of like defining or being part of like this new movement, and I think it's amazing. I mean, what do you guys think about all that, like the press that's happening? Have you guys seen any other press from anywhere else? Like, because I still think that there should be double XL like
for
producer
producers?
one.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that
At
the
this
other
point.
day, like a double XL, like freshman producers list or something. Yeah, that would be.
So let me ask you guys something.
I don't think there's enough press on it, in my opinion.
There's not enough press.
Because, you know, when you look at, I mean, you can just look on social media, Twitter, you can, you know, even music videos, they'll talk about the artist. No disrespect to the artist, and I respect all that, but like, they'll talk about the artist like, you know, this one featuring this one, the title, boom. Nothing about the producer. Meanwhile, the producer owns half of the damn record and sat there and made the damn beat. So there'd be no song if it wasn't for the producer. But no, you don't even hear about them. Ever. Maybe like 10% of the media, when they're dropping records, talk about the producer, in my opinion. But I have been seeing a little more. Shout out to DJ Booth.
Because even
for doing
Genius
that.
has like their little
Yeah.
beat. What is it called? Beats deconstructed. Or
Deconstructed
something?
series,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Rob Markman put that in play, or shout to Genius. Yeah, I think that's great. We need more of that, you know.
Absolutely.
And listen, I think it's, you know, it's a kind of turns into like a sticky kind of conversation, because it's like, well, if you're the artist and now you have this song out, and then like, if I'm obligated to shout out the producer, then that probably means that I should be shouting everyone out. So that means I have to shout the producer, I got to shout out the musicians, I got to shout out the audio engineer, I got to shout out the mastering engineer, the guy who A&R'd the project, and then all of a sudden there's this like big list of people involved, and it's like, holy shit. Like, is this even manageable? Does this even make sense? Do people even want to know this? So I think it gets complicated when you look at it that way. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think like everyone should be...
Not everyone. I think the producer and the artist. Whoever produced it.
Fuck the engineers. No.
Whoever produced it. Listen, but the engineers, you know, if it comes out on the major or something, they're going to get the credit on the back and a little title or in the, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll get their due. But as far as, you know, who created the actual music, like who wrote the lyrics and who composed the music, that's the most important thing to me. I don't give a damn who mixed it, who mastered it, who engineered it. That's cool, but I'm really more concerned about who created what I'm hearing right now. You know
Here's
what I'm
the
saying?
question, though. Do enough people care?
No.
Right.
As far
I
as
think that's what it
producing,
is.
no.
Other than the
Yeah.
people
But
who
the
are
real
actually
music
doing
heads
it.
do.
Real music
Yeah,
heads.
other than the people who are actually involved, I think they're the only people, if they do care about the recognition. And I think everyone wants the recognition at the end of the day. Like, even if they're like, oh, you know, fuck the credit. No, if I like put that keyboard part there, like in that song
my
where I had like,
credit.
yeah, I did this.
I
shit
did
right
this.
there.
Yeah.
Check
Yeah,
the credit.
like, why not? And I think that once there are more platforms that support, like, oh, you know, I mix and I mix well. I think with mixing and engineering and stuff like that, you got to do enough work to get that body of like recognition and be like, oh, okay, like that person is really good at what
Like
they
Jimmy
do.
Douglas.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah.
like a Jimmy Douglas or you know, this guy named
Mixed
Mix.
by Ali.
Mixed by Ali,
Mixed
like
by
one
Ali,
of them
yeah.
main one. It's the other guy with his name's Mix with like 2 X's, and he's awesome. And it's just like, these are how it's more of like it's a craft with everybody, but I think more so if you're going that route and you want recognition, like you just gotta like really
You got to
own
really
that
work
shit.
you got to work your way out there somehow.
It's more intricate than just like getting writer's credit or just like, you know, you found the sample. Like those are like more easier things to like get credited for, as opposed to like, oh, I actually like took out that frequency right there.
Right.
Like, you know, it's
I
just
think-
real technical.
I think also too, just speaking from a producer perspective, to get yourself out there more in that fashion, I think you have to really go out of your way to make it happen. Like, it's almost like working out. Like, if I want to be fit, I have to like make effort to do it. And like when you see guys like, you know, Metro Boomin, you know, who else?
I gotta see.
What?
I gotta see
He's
this.
like crying
No,
over
I
it.
gotta see it because I just got this. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I
Please.
just got this vision in my head. So imagine a record. So right now it's transitioning from like the producers, the one in front, you know, like Skrillex featuring whatever. So kudos to all those guys. But can you imagine the engineer or the guy who mixed mastered it, Jimmy, or not even Jimmy, like Tommy, featuring, and then like the other 2 guys, and the engineer is like the star of the show, and he's like, I just got like that should
It's
be
pretty
like
funny.
that should be like a
Roles
Saturday
switched.
Night Live comedy
Right.
skit
That's
or something
actually-
like
yeah.
that. I think that's hilarious. So anyway, that's why I was like giggling over here when you anyway.
Yeah, like just some
tickle
random, like the
himself.
random engineer guy, like, yo, what's good?
The cameras, paparazzis are following him.
Yeah, I mastered this track featuring Taylor Swift.
Featuring.
Yeah, they definitely don't
Yeah.
get the credit they deserve, but that's because like for the longest time I didn't know the difference between a mix and a master.
True.
Right.
But I will say, if the mix is like there, the mastering is not going to be hard at all.
Right.
It's still all in the
Yeah.
mix. Like regardless, you need the mastering, but you need like my
the
mom
mix
used to
has to
always
be
be
good.
like I put out my first project and it was just all mixes. They weren't masters.
Right.
And my mom was like, this is like in high school. She's like, don't you ever put out a whole album with like no masters.
No
Like
master.
nothing is mastered. But I just thought she was just like being
Yeah.
extra. And then I heard my shit mastered for the first time. I cried. Like
Yeah,
I damn near cried.
yeah.
I was like, damn, this is
crazy.
different. Yeah.
It makes such
It's
a big
important.
difference.
It has its purpose, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, not enough credit.
But I think like from the music production perspective, like you have to do what you can to put yourself out there. I mean, listen, when Future did the Metro Boomin drop on the Kanye shit, that was the turning point for Metro, right? And so it put him in the sort of limelight for himself, and now, you know, he's basically an artist.
He is.
right? And you can say the same for like Mike Will and for Mustard, and a lot of these guys. And I think really that's what it takes. I think it's more than just like doing big records and then complaining about not getting credit. Well, you have to really just like go the extra mile and put yourself out there like everyone else is trying to do.
A great example of that is Khaled, DJ Khaled.
Look at Khaled.
Whether he produced it or didn't produce it, who gives a F? Like, that guy is out there hustling, Snapchat, like, promoting. Everyone's like, loves him. I love his energy. I'm a big fan, So, like, someone like that is inspiring because he's like, yo, okay, I put this work in. I'm out here and I'm hustling. You see me here, you see me there, you see me with that artist. When I call them, they pick up. Yeah. So, gotta respect that. That's,
Yeah, awesome. It's true. But then also, too, there's producers out there who don't want that, which is also okay. You know what I mean? Sure. But I think if you don't want that, then what you need to do is create a name for yourself within the industry, amongst industry people. Because you want industry A&Rs and like artist managers to mention your name. And that's the community that's the inside community that's going to get you your gigs. So do you want 10,000 non-music industry fans, or do you want 100 powerful industry insiders to call upon you and have a relationship with you and be fans of you? I think that's the key, man. What do you guys think?
And how did they get that? If you're a producer, you don't want to be in the limelight. You don't want to be all up in the videos. Shout out to Shug. But then what is it? Is it like social media thing? Obviously it's going out there meeting people, but just you want
it's like what Ryan Leslie said.
Yeah,
he said you want to get the tastemakers, the insiders, because those are the people that are going to be mentioning you during roundtable label meetings and saying, hey, we're working on Taylor Swift's new album. Oh yeah, I fuck with llmind. Oh, I do too. Maybe we should get him through for a session, or maybe we should hit him up, his manager, and get his, so those are the kinds of people you need to have a relationship with if you want placements and if you want to maneuver as a producer. And there's guys out there, I'm not going to name any names, but there's guys out there that know everyone, dude. They know all these guys that have the power to like push the button, but like the general public has no idea who they are. They have like 100 followers on Instagram, but like they're involved with all these big projects because they have relationships with the insiders that can actually push the button, like the industry execs and the artist managers, like, and it's pretty crazy. So I think again, and I'm surprised we never really talked about that on this podcast, but I think for a music producer, you need to do what you can to get in bed with these guys. Ultimate pause on that one. Get in bed with these guys.
In between the sheets.
I mean, shit. I mean, if do what you gotta do, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
they might be like,
I mean,
that's definitely a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Motherfuckers might like that shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? Shit, you know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Ew, you gotta boom, boom, boom.
You gotta do the boom, boom, boom.
You gotta.
And then you gotta boom, boom, boom.
Oh, that's you.
Man,
That's been you the
it sounds
whole
worse
time.
than
I
it
thought
really
was
is.
No, that was him.
No, that's perfection all day.
Nasty.
I haven't done any of that. I don't even know how to do that.
Go away.
I don't know what you guys talking about. I don't know nothing. Yeah, I feel like there was like a few other things I wanted to pick up or talk about. There's like so much to talk about.
Man, I got something. There was a producer, I believe his name is Dr. Evo producer, on Instagram, and I don't know if he commented or tweeted, and we were talking about like entertainment lawyers and stuff like that for a producer and stuff, and he said we had made a comment about, why wouldn't you want an entertainment lawyer referred over to you from your manager? So I just wanted to answer that real quick because hopefully he's listening, and there are probably other producers that are out there that are wondering the same thing. Now, it's not an issue if the attorney doesn't officially represent your manager. If the attorney doesn't officially represent your manager, then it's fine. But if the attorney does represent your manager and your management is trying to get you to get in bed not literally, but get embedded with the
I mean,
attorney.
you never know.
Hey,
boom,
boom,
the
right?
boom, boom.
But if your manager is pushing that attorney on you, and the manager is officially represented by this attorney, then that's not a good idea for you. Why? Because you wouldn't want to believe this, and you would hope it wouldn't happen, but they could be in cahoots. They could have their own little thing going on, like, yo, listen, give him this, give him that, don't give him this, give him that, we'll make more money, you'll make more money. So, I just wanted to touch base on that for Dr. Evo, if you're listening out there. There's your answer. So
A-list actually.
A-list
did you
fame.
See what
I did see that.
Tagged
about the
in?
sample clearance thing?
Yeah.
Oh, what did he ask?
He said, okay. It's 2 parts, so I'll read it. He said, I keep seeing holdups on album work due to sample clearings and shit getting leaked or mixtaped for the same issues. Got me staying over on the sample-free creation side even more now. As much as I love the texture and overall aesthetic, I rather the overall outcome to be for the better of all involved, especially these days. So then he says, his caption was producer discussion time, seeing it more and more to people I know in situations I catch wind of by reading people's posts and recent articles. Publishing is getting tighter and tighter as more and more people are buying up catalogs in bulk. So moving forward, I feel the need to stay away. It's actually scaring me. LOL. Am I wrong to feel this way? I mean, it's a great feeling when I get with a couple of talented people and create and achieve an original composition with the same feel we're looking for sample-wise. But the art of digging and finding fire was something I found dope for many years, and now it's like, maybe we should just leave it alone.
Yeah. Shout to A-List.
I feel that.
I feel that.
That's
and
tough.
A-List is A&R at Atlantic. And I know he's probably dealing with a lot of that, especially being on the other side behind the curtain, dealing with sample clearances. Listen, it's nothing has changed. I think it's always been an issue of when you sample someone else's work and you plan on monetizing that work, the original copyright owner deserves a percentage. And they have the ability to, really fuck you over and say, yo, I want X amount, and you basically they have leverage over you, because it's like, you're using my piece of music. I can ask whatever I want, because if you don't give it to me, then your song is not coming out.
I think that's the frustration he had, is the overall feel of the leverage that they have. Like, okay, we want this song, but you gotta wait, because now we have to clear the sample. We have to see if you can actually use this. And it's like, what the fuck? I spent all my time, digging for a sample to make this fire, and now it's like, you might not even use it because it might not get cleared. So it's like, is that stopping the creation of, the creativity, that they're putting into making songs with samples, or is it even worth it, being that might happen to you? I guess it's kind of like taking a chance, because
it's taking a chance. I mean, trust me, I come from the sample era, so I love the art of sampling.
Me too.
I love it. Love it.
Love it.
I don't know what the future holds, but that's never gonna go away. It's an issue that's always
anyway. I'm sorry to cut you off. I think you should just create anyway. Because I've gotten that too. I've actually gotten to contractual agreements to where I couldn't make any. I couldn't use anything with samples because they didn't want to deal with the clearances and this and that. I just like that. I think hip hop came from sampling, period. So it's
Absolutely.
It's really hard to just. It's not even think. It's that's what happened, but it's just to be okay, all this technical shit. Still make it just because that's what you love to do, and every now and again. It sometimes people just do there's songs that you hear that you're like, damn, I know if I do this I'll take the biggest L, but the song is so good that fuck it. And I think that's the right reason if you if it does, so just do it. I do it anyway, because it's not gonna go away. You're right with that. It's responsible for a whole genre, so you can't just say I'm just not gonna I've been trying. I can make original music and that's great, but there's just something about just if you find a dope ass sample and it's homage, it's vintage, it's hella shit all in one. So No, it's not gonna go away, but I feel him with like everything he's saying, because it does like all those extra technicalities that the music, the business aspect of music.
Right. And even as a producer, you get excited knowing that someone, an artist record, like imagine finding out that Drake recorded to one of your tracks that you did a sample on, and that's like your first real major label placement, potentially, and then it's like, oh, sorry, we couldn't get it clear, so it's not on the album. And it's like, fuck, all that excitement, all that hard work, all that waiting, and then a year later the album drops and you dropped my fucking record. So it's like, I guess as a producer, I could see the frustration, when it comes to like thinking that you have it, and then the process that comes along with that, and then the disappointment. But like you guys said, I think just keep creating, and if that ends up happening, just let it take its course and continue to create in the midst of that.
Exactly.
There's a lot of producers that stop sampling for that very reason, because they don't want to deal with the headache of getting the clearance. Or they make their own samples. I know it sounds like a lot of work, or but crate taking true. Crate taking is
wink,
fun.
Wink,
winky, wink. Or just go to BlapKits and buy some kits from there and use those samples.
I mean, that's the smartest way I've heard it done too.
But also, what I wanted to add to that is like, let's flip it though. Let's flip it. Let's say you came out with a song, and you came out with something, and then somebody took it and used it, and then you found out later, or like maybe they tried not to tell you. You would be like, yeah, I want all that pub.
Right.
Yeah.
You better give me all that. So you know what I'm saying? So I think what happened is like some people took advantage of it. And that's why there was a little more hesitation. Like, nah, y'all are wilding now, taking my music and think you're just gonna run with it and not give me nothing. So for that, I'm gonna be XYZ. I'm not gonna have it. But then there's more people. Like if it was me, I'd be more cool about it. Like, oh man, it's an honor. Thank you for sampling me. We'll do 50-50. We'll make it easy. I'll clear it, no problem.
True.
With that said, how do we feel about Blurred Lines and that whole lawsuit?
I think
with you saying that, I want to know everyone's opinion on that.
In my opinion, I'm not sure if that was really correct. That's my opinion.
From a producer standpoint,
because if I listen to Marvin Gaye, I love Marvin Gaye, and I listen to a bunch of his songs, and then I go write a song and that's inspired by Marvin Gaye. Like if they would have took the actual track from one of his old joints and maybe added a hi-hat and it was super obvious, okay.
No, Pharrell's just amazing. That's all.
But if I was inspired by it, I mean, music is supposed to inspire people. So why wouldn't I be inspired by friggin' Marvin Gaye?
Like a thief in the night.
Yeah. But they probably been dealing with a lot of BS too.
Was a mistake.
It was a mistake because I know I might sound crazy to some of my normal friends. Like, no, they weren't supposed to get any of that money.
Yeah.
They're like, that's the family and that's this and that. I'm like, when you interpolate, as far as like sampling, there was no samples on that record.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like all of it was interpolated. So if you look at it from a technical standpoint, he owes the family nothing. He it's Pharrell. So it's like, man,
it gets tricky because pretty much everything you hear on the radio or that's released is an interpolation of something.
Especially right now.
Yeah. So like, no pun intended, it's like the lines are so blurred.
But it's also like
fuck with that?
Hip hop is low key repeating
Tell me you
itself.
Fuck with
though.
that though.
Fuck with that. The lyrical. I think that's because we're hearing so much renditions now. Even though it's like kind of trappy, like you still hear like the other like the B-sides, like the cool music where it's like the lyrics are definitely like coming back. And I think it started with like all the familiarity, like everyone's attacking 90s songs now. I'm just glad that people are like kind of off the island vibe. So the only reason I'm irritated with Drake right now is like he makes one record and everyone's just like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, everybody wants oxtails and plantains right now.
Right.
Like, get the fuck out of my life. Like, I'm tired of it. That's the only reason I love Drake.
It's like,
otherwise,
are we still
are we still on the island vibe? Like, I need something else.
How long was the island vacation?
That island vacation was like a year and a half.
Oh man!
But do you think it's gonna stop though?
Yeah, I don't know what the future holds. Honestly,
I think Drake should come out with flute music and see what happens, or some bluegrass, or make a country record because he'll have some rappers like singing country records.
Well, Kanye kind of tapped into that with Rihanna and
Paul McCartney.
A little with the acoustic. That wasn't country, but
it was different.
Well, country. Different. There are country rap groups.
Yeah,
there are.
Oh yeah,
there's country rappers. There's country
there's like
R&B.
a white guy and a black guy. They're in a group. I forget their name, and like the dude raps. and the other guy's like a country singer.
What are those raps
do they
like?
rap about?
Yo,
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Barbecue ribs.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
banjos.
Barbecue
Am I being
ribs.
deep?
I do-
Am I being
no, no.
classist?
I will say though, but real talk.
You say
I don't personally go
I like
like
ribs.
buy country music, or nothing on my playlist is country music. But I will say though, when I do hear it, lyrically, like the songwriting on there is
Yeah,
fucking
different.
awesome.
for sure.
there's
It's
there's a
so good.
specific that
So
genre
good.
is so like special. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
You can only talk about. So you can talk about life. I feel like country is literally just like
Yeah, it's-
life.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Talk about
painting.
love.
It's a storytelling.
Painting,
Yeah.
exactly.
talk about
Painting a
being on
picture.
the farm.
Exactly.
Yeah, all of
I'm gonna listen to some country today.
Do it. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
There
it's
is some
awesome.
good country music out there.
Absolutely.
There
I'm
is.
gonna go
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
like Apple Music and
Yeah,
just
do it.
browse
The
through
hottest
like the
browse
weird,
it.
yeah.
the
Country
hottest,
is good. You
Yep.
can definitely find
It's
some
really
good
top
good.
country playlist.
Yeah,
Who's,
man.
who's popping in country right now? I
Oh,
wonder what
yeah.
country clubs really are like. Like, do they really like have
jumping
There's still
around, like-
hoedowns?
No, it's just it's
Ding,
it's
ding, ding. Like, do they still like?
it's barbecue.
so.
It's barbecue ribs and tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
I would
okay.
love some ribs
Oh man.
right now.
Sounds
You're
good.
like, oh man, yeah, tough titty.
Yeah, if one of our listeners is a chef and you wanna like
Hey,
Send us some
Hey, come
some
through because
ribs.
we always be coming through. We don't really, people be coming
Yeah.
in from their day jobs.
if
We can
any
use
of our
something to
if
eat.
any of our listeners
No.
are chefs or who can throw down in the kitchen,
We're
and
in
you're in New
Brooklyn.
York City.
Yes.
You want to be our official chef,
Let's go.
so we can display your beautiful
Yeah.
food,
Yeah,
and
we
we'll
need
plug.
cheese and wine
We'll,
glass.
we'll, we'll plug
Wine,
your.
some wine.
We'll plug you here.
I know, I missed the wine.
Yeah, we'll
Damn.
Get some,
we'll
let's
get
get
some.
some
We'll
finger
get some.
food. Yeah, no gluten though. You know.
What?
He's
Get some-
kidding. He's
fuck that,
kidding.
I'm kidding. Get some, I want a big fucking sourdough bread, just like
Oh,
Right.
that's
Just
the best
me and
bread.
Elle would just cut it in half
Like-
and just
No.
put
Yeah,
some
like-
butter on
Sourdough?
it.
Oh my.
I want this table to become sourdough bread.
Have you
basically.
seen that
Like the whole
Love
place? Have you
sourdough.
seen that? It's a food channel on YouTube, and it's these dudes that make like outlandish. Like I've seen them stop at 4 different fast food restaurants and put like stop at
jeez.
McDonald's, get tons of burgers, go to Taco Bell, get tons of this and this and,
And
this,
then they make
and
a
put
big
it
joint?
all and put it all under like a pizza.
That's
and like
crazy.
put it in the oven and like
That's too
really
much.
ate it. Yeah, it's just
That's
death.
yeah.
I think it's just
That's too
America,
much.
a
That's
visual
too much.
interpretation of America.
That's
That's glutton.
It's deep, huh?
That's wow.
Gluttonous.
We're a bunch
well,
of fat
but if
asses.
it's sourdough bread, I'm not mad at it. Or rice.
I like sourdough bread.
I
the
like
best.
pizza.
You
Me
have you
too.
had potato bread?
But I
That's
love
good.
all
Potato
bread.
bread, okay.
I love all bread.
I like potatoes.
Like I
too.
said, I'll give away all my beats for free. For bread. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking
Yeah.
about real bread.
I'm gonna give my bread up for some
I
real
could survive
bread.
off bread, man.
Yeah,
You would be
that
horrible.
sourdough.
That's
would
some
like-
real jail shit.
If
Yeah.
yeah. If I can legally be in a relationship with,
With
sourdough
bread?
bread, I would.
You know, people are they marry objects now.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna marry
2017.
sourdough.
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm
God.
gonna have children with sourdough bread.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I'm
could.
gonna adopt some rice
if
too.
you want to make me happy, just get me pizza.
yeah.
Pizza's good. Pizza's
Pizza.
good.
Pizza's
Not
I'm a
as-
pizza head.
Yeah, pizza's
I
great.
have my crate. I have my streaks. Like
Yeah.
I'll find one thing and I'll play it out. The last thing was chocolate milk, but before that was pizza.
No, I love
Oh,
chocolate
pizza.
milk, but pizza's so easy.
It's
Like
the
on the
best.
Successful
go,
is right there.
it's bread.
Listen,
Cheese sauce.
for all of our listeners,
Not that unhealthy.
for all of our
yeah.
listeners, if you see perfection on the street or you run into her
Somebody's
somewhere,
gonna come through
If
with
you
a
want-
pizza
if
suit
you want
in
to break
pizza.
the ice, bring her a slice of pizza.
Yes.
Just deliver
Break
me
the
a
ice,
box of
bring her
pizza
a
to the
slice.
studio.
Bring
There
a
you go.
slice of pizza, man. It's gonna go a long way. And if you want to holler at me, you know what to bring.
What do they bring?
Bring that bread,
Sourdough.
baby. Bring that bread, baby. Bring that sourdough.
Two
You
types.
know what I mean?
Two types.
Two types of bread. You know?
Oh no.
I'm just kidding.
You know
All
what
right,
you,
so
you know what you
speaking-
bring me?
What do you bring, Atlas?
3 titties.
Oh man.
You could just bring me. You could just bring me some tree.
Just bring me some
Call
weed.
it.
Exactly.
Bring me
This guy threw
bring me a
titties.
blunt if you
Oh,
want.
yeah.
there you go.
Get the conversation
Some
started.
greens.
Be like, yo,
Roll
I was about to
up.
spark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, roll up.
hey, there
Get-
you go.
It should have been rolled already.
Get Atlas
Roll
a
up.
get Atlas a hard copy DVD of Total Recall.
Total Recall.
Okay.
This is, by the way, for everyone wondering why we were having this conversation off the air.
Right.
And we were talking about, what movie was it?
Total
Recall.
Recall with 3 titties.
The girl
The
with the
titties
3.
part.
Did you
Yeah,
guys see that?
my-
Did you see
That's
it?
Earl talking.
Fuck.
That's Earl.
Earl's a
in a
creep.
world where 3 titties
Oh,
come face to face with one man.
oh my god.
I'm done.
What
I
do
was
you
literally
do?
getting ready to tell you to say titties like Earl.
Titties.
Oh god. Earl's
I feel like
so
it's
bad.
lower. Like,
You want to hear a funny story about titties?
yes.
So there was a time in my life
Oh my god.
where I was dating. I don't even know if we'll call it dating, but she had no nipples.
That's
Were they like
crazy.
really big?
They
Or she
were-
just
what do
like
you mean?
didn't
No,
have them?
they were really big.
To where they were like really light.
They had the round
Yeah, the
thing,
outside part.
but there was no
Why am I rubbing
there
mine?
was no nipple. Like there was no nipples.
I was rubbing my
the silver
tongue.
dollar.
And apparently it's genetic because her sister only has one nipple.
Oh no!
Wow. So it's a thing.
Oh no! Oh my god! What the hell? Sorry.
She
And
had
her
no
mom
nipples.
has none as well. Her mom has
Her
none as
mom
well.
has none.
Yeah, and the way I found
her dad
out,
was a freak.
I wasn't told. So the way I found out, it was late at night.
She just laid you on.
You're just doing your thing, and you're just like, am I drunk right now? Like,
Wow.
Am I not
and
turning
then
you on?
and then the next day, she was the one that spilled the beans on me, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, don't worry about it, cool, yeah, think. She
you
was
thought it
fine.
was
though.
weird?
She was fine, so it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't matter, but yeah, that's my no
I
nipple
mean, so
story.
it wasn't weird enough. You still talk to the nipples after that.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely.
Okay.
If you guys seen it, you'd be like, I see why.
It's
yeah.
If it
just
wasn't a
so
game
funny
changer.
what men would tolerate and not tolerate
Yeah.
when it comes to like being pleased sexually. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you have one titty, but you gotta.
Yeah.
We're good.
No,
Listen,
oh,
we're
wait.
built differently, man.
Yeah.
He feels he's being judged. He's
Yeah.
like, hold on.
Yeah, no,
Not
but listen, no,
everybody.
she had like big boobs. Just the nipple part was missing.
So
like,
she
the
had
round
one
part,
nipple?
No, she had big boobs, the round, I guess areola is what you
Yeah.
want to call it,
But
but
not
the
the
little part
actual-
that
That's what I'm
sticks
talking
out.
about. So it was like kind of like
They were kind of
light.
big. They were kind of
just
big
but They
areolas.
just like capped over the thing. But
Yeah,
no.
but
cookie. It
no,
was like a
but no
cookie.
little
Exactly.
yeah.
That's so
So
hilarious.
you still sucked on them.
Yeah, as best I could. As best I could.
like-
Things are
It's almost
definitely
like-
getting
There's a lot-
weird.
there's
It's
a lot of
almost
things
like
going on.
it's almost like
It's the
playing.
thing where we're sucking on T2.
No. It's almost like playing a game of baseball with no bat.
Right.
Yeah.
You're on the
A
field.
whole bat.
You're on the field and it's like kind of
kinda
fun, but it's kind of hard to hit the
It's
ball.
like if you're
You know?
drinking milk from a
No,
bottle.
no,
and
it's not like that. It's not like that.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's-
my hat says nipple. I think that's what's smart.
Hey, that's where it came from.
oh
See,
shit,
look.
it does.
Her hat does say nipple.
Yes.
Yo, what are the odds of that?
So this is all Glam's fault, guys.
Right.
This is all Glam's
I
fault.
support nipples.
Yay, that's
Damn.
true.
Why are you hating
Yeah.
on me? 'Cause
nipples
I-
or no nipples.
What?
or no
Whatever.
nipples.
It's all
'cause
love.
everybody doesn't have nipples, and that's what I said before we even went on air. I said, I support nipples, and
Yo,
people who even don't have them.
The funniest
Everybody
thing
doesn't
that's
have
kind of
nipples.
related to that, but is so fucking hilarious for all my Game of Thrones heads out there. Which, by the way, I'm hyped for the new season. You guys watch Game of Thrones? Not
Haven't
really.
got into it.
You guys.
I know I'm
suck.
crazy. I know I'm crazy.
Everybody
What the fuck is
says
wrong
it.
with you guys? You guys
bugging.
watch?
I'm wilded.
Game
I'm
of
tripping.
Thrones?
I'm busy.
Josh
Right.
watches. You guys watch Game of Thrones? Damn, 2 out of damn.
Nah.
Fuck. Well, there's
I
this.
watch Battle
So you guys
Royale.
aren't even gonna think this is funny, but for all my Game of Thrones heads out there and Josh, you know the part where Daenerys talks about like, there's this character on the show, and he's like, he got his balls and his like penis removed, right? Like when he was a kid, and it's like a race of people, and there's like a thing in the show about it, and and there was a scene where like they asked this character Daenerys Targaryen about like someone getting like their like penis removed or whatever, and she replies and she was like, the pillar and the stones. like what
Right.
was removed, and she was like, oh, the pillar and the stones, and just like the pillar and the stones is just so stupid and funny.
The pillar and
It's
the
just
stone.
hilarious. It's just
The
hilarious.
twig and berries.
Yeah, the pillar and the stones are missing. It's just so
Like
stupid.
your stones.
Shout
My
to
stones.
my pillar and my
She
stones.
kicked me in my stones. I got kicked in the stones last
Both
night.
the pillars and the stones. No. So shout to all my Game of Thrones heads out there, man.
Word.
We hype for a new season. Anyway, speaking of that, pillar and stones. This has no relation to NES. Pause on that NES.
I was trying
We
to
have a
see
new-
where you were taking it.
Fuck.
Speaking,
I'm so sorry, bro.
speaking of that,
That's
not
like
really.
the worst. That's the worst introduction ever. We got the homie, special guest
Oh,
today.
God.
You know what I mean? He definitely got pillar and stones.
Oh, wow.
Pause. Scratch that. Pretend I never said that.
Yeah.
We do, on a serious note, we have a very special guest today. We're gonna bring him on. He goes by the name of NES, Super NES, and he is a producer. And lately, or as of recently, his most recent accomplishment was producing, I would say probably half, we'll confirm from him, but probably half, if not more, of Bryson Tiller's new album, True to Self. And we want to pick his brain on the journey, on the process of producing Bryson's album, kind of where he came from. You guys already know how we do. So let's bring on the amazing NES to the show. He's going to Skype us. We're going to give him a call, and we're going to talk to NES. All right? All right, let's give a round of applause to our special guest today, NES.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yo. Good. Thank y'all for having me, man. It's an honor, yo.
Yeah, no, appreciate you, man. First of all, glad you had a safe flight and everything. Where you at? You in LA?
No doubt. Yeah, just landed in LA. Yep.
Just landed in LA coming from the crib?
Yeah, from Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Kentucky, yep.
Long ways, man.
Yes, sir. So, man, let's jump right into it. First of all, amazing work with the man Tiller. Really great album, man. True to Self. If you guys haven't heard it yet, I'm sure all of you have, but if not, go check it out. Go cop it. This gentleman right here, NES, was very, very heavily involved with the project from Kentucky, obviously, where Bryson's from, as well. So before we get into that, usually the way we start our interviews, we like to kind of go to the beginning, right? So I think kind of like talk to the people a little bit about how you kind of got started in producing music and like what inspired you to just start, being a music producer.
Man, I come from a long line of musicians. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she plays piano. My father, he was a musician as well, and actually he was a lead singer in a group that actually was a band formed from his brothers and sisters. So man, just a long line of musicians I come from, and then as far as like the love for and the passion for producing probably came right after middle school, I want to say. My mom had a daycare, and I begged, Mom, let me get a beat machine, please. And she was like, if you want it, you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to work for it. So now, for about 3 months or so, I worked at the daycare, man. I was, I think I was maybe 13 years old at the time, working at the daycare and, just trying to save up a little money that she was paying me or whatnot, that she was so-called paying me.
Right.
Yeah, man. And then I got my first Korg beat machine, man, and it was it after that. Backtrack. I'm gonna take you to 7th grade. Before I bought the beat machine, I had a PlayStation. And I had a music making game on the PlayStation, right?
MTV Music Generator.
So yeah,
man, come on. That's where I got my start too.
I used to come home every day from middle school, man, and just like I would cook up, and I had this old karaoke machine, and I had this old school swivel floor model TV, and I would put the karaoke machine in front of the TV, make beats, and record it on cassette tapes. And I used to go to the hood. It's like, yo, I got beats. I'm the only cat. I'm pulling up, and I got cassette tapes. Like, yo, listen to my beats, yo.
Wow.
That's where it really started from. You know what I'm saying? It came from that right there.
Wow. So you started on MTV Music Generator, like 7th grade, 8th grade. What were you kind of, obviously you're still very young and kind of like figuring it out. Were you like, at that point, were you actively kind of like shopping your beats and like, did you work with rappers yet, or were you just kind of making beats?
Nah, at that time when I first started, I was getting blew off by everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, yo, this little kid don't know what he's doing. Like, go back. You should be on the playground playing somewhere. Why don't you playing some sports or in band or something? I was like, oh man, this is me. So as far as like the actual process of me like shopping tracks out, that didn't start till maybe my sophomore, junior year in high school. And then at that time, it was still a hassle just trying to get people to purchase beats. You know what I'm saying? But I did it for the love anyway. So it was just like, if y'all want to pay me now or later, it ain't going to matter. I'm still going to do what I do. I love to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's my passion, so I'll never give it up.
How much were those beats, like the first few beats you sold? Do you remember how much you were selling them for back then?
Like $50.
$50. Yeah. That's about the going rate. That's about the going rate.
50 is the go-to, man.
50 they
sell.
Yeah,
go-to, man. I thought I was doing something when I got $100 out of somebody. I was like,
Yo,
come on.
About to go to the mall and cop me a fresh fit.
Yeah. And in high school, man, $50, $100 is a lot.
It was a lot, bro.
Hell
a lot. It was a lot, man. I
Yeah.
was spazzed out.
Yes.
Spazzed out when I seen that 100.
Yeah. So any, like just continuing on kind of this era in your career, you're selling beats 50 here, like a little bit here. Were you like throughout high school and then maybe even going after you're graduating high school, were you like generating enough income and like really increasing the amount of beats you were selling? Like did it become like a full-time thing or?
Oh no, definitely. I'm always been like just a hungry type of guy, like, and I'm always gonna go, just go the extra mile. So I was always like MySpace used to jump in, you know what I'm saying? So I used to be on MySpace network with everybody, whoever I could get in touch with, and I had this little email that I typed. I was like, I'm gonna send this to everybody and just see who responds. You know what I'm saying? And people actually responded. Like I was with Travis Porter before they took off. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I used to make a whole lot of tracks. I used to make a whole lot of tracks with them. Like they had this little website called SpitchitGame.com, and we all used to be on there. Sunny Digital, everybody.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That had like a little buzz coming from the A. That's who, you know what I'm saying, was basically on that website. And me and my homeboy, we just looked up and was like, yo, he's gonna make an account. But but I mean, as far as like getting paid and stuff like that, like it actually picked up a whole lot more once I came out of high school and really, had the time to really focus on sitting at home in the basement making, 15, 20 beats a day.
Wow. So was that after high school? Was this like a full-time thing for you, or did you have another job? Or?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It was definitely full-time thing for me. But it's just like, you know how it is, man. 1 month it might be good, or 1 week it might be good, and next week you won't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was times where I kind of got discouraged, and I was like, you know what, man, just let me get like a little day job for the time being, and I just crank out what I can when I get off. So I mean, it came a time where it was like that, but I mean, like I said, I just never gave up on it. Just kept on striving.
Yeah, it kept going, and that seems to be like the kind of like common denominator with like producers that kind of break out.
Right.
You got to keep going. Yeah, you got to keep going. So how difficult? What was it? More difficult or easier to kind of maneuver and sell beats being in Kentucky, like just based off of like the scene in Kentucky, and kind of like, did you ever think about like, oh, maybe I should move to New York or LA or Miami or something?
Yeah, I used to think that all the time, yo. Like, man, I'm in the wrong place. Like, I'll never get nothing done here. And I mean, it's kind of still the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people not really.
Service is kind of crazy.
My homeboy was like a lot of people from back home. They don't want it that bad. You know what I'm saying? So I always felt like I needed to be like in Atlanta, or I needed to be in New York, or you know what I'm saying, come out to LA. But financial reasons, just wouldn't allow that. So.
Of course. So, man, in and around the time you're like selling beats and you're making a little bit of money, you're doing it full time. What are some other like moves that you've made, but before the Bryson Tiller thing, and then we'll get into how you and Bryson met. But like, what kind of like did you do anything prior to Bryson that kind of led you to that point?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I was working with Kirk O'Bain. I was working with Young Buck. I had a couple tracks with Skipper the Flipper. He's a QC artist for Migos. That kind of like really motivated me to go harder and harder and harder. So, I was working with a few of those artists, and I had a couple people out in LA that I was working with. So yeah, I mean, that's not too many, but I feel like it was definitely rising. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up. So you're working with these guys, and Young Buck. Oh my God, I miss Young Buck. Like he's one of the best, man. His album is fucking classic to me, my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt.
But so you're leading up to, you're working with all these different people. Your name is getting out there more and more and more. How did you run into Bryson Tiller, and how did that kind of come about? I mean, you guys are from the same area. Is that someone that you've known for a long time and kind of built with?
No. Actually, no. Like,
wow.
The first time we met was October last year.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that story is crazy. So this is how that all unfolded, man. So ever since Tiller came out, I've always been like, yo, I just want to get a couple tracks to him. Like,
Right.
I felt like I had a couple wave tracks. I felt like he could definitely like go on and just take off on. But I had made this one beat that I flipped the Jodeci sound for Freaking You, and I was like, yo, this is definitely a Tiller vibe. And this was probably, I want to say maybe the first week in October when I made the beat. So, but prior to that, I was just kind of doing my homework because I like to do homework. I like to figure out who's who, who's tied to who, who's connected to, you know what I'm saying, to anybody that maybe can help me get to where I'm trying to get to. So I remember in the 502 song, Tillers, he said, I just got off the phone with Rich talking about palm trees and bad bitches. So I was like, all right, so who's this Rich cat? You know what I'm saying? So luckily Instagram finally put this thing in the friends where you can search the friends. So I just type in Rich, and lo and behold, Rich the Barber pops up. And coming from where I come from, there's a whole lot of stories about how Tiller got his break. But it always comes back to a barber basically putting him in position. So I was like, yo, this got to be him. So I DM'd him that Monday morning when I went to work. I'm at the Corvette plant working. I DM'd him. It was maybe like 6:30 or so in the morning. And I was like, yo, I set the prayer up and everything. I was like, yo, God, please just let him just see this message and feel like it's something in it and he just want to open it. And yeah, like 30 minutes later, man, Rich opens the DM and he's like, yo, send me a couple vibes to this email. You know what I'm saying? And if you're dope, you hear back from me. If not, you know what I'm saying, just keep on doing what you're doing. So I shot him like 3 beats, and not even 15 minutes later, I get an email back from him like, yo,
send me more.
These joints is fire.
Nice.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was tapping my homeboy at work. I was like, yo, he DM me back, yo. I was there cracking up. We in there just going crazy on the assembly line. I'm like, yo, he DM me back, bro. So, I sent him in, 15 minutes later, he was like, yo, joints is fire, man. I'm with Tiller right now. See me like 10 more vibes. So, I jump on. Like, any other person coming from where I come from, man, it's always people make mistakes. They make excuses. You know what I'm saying? I could have been the type of person I was like, I'm at right now. I'm going to go home, download some beats, and I'm going to send it to you. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So the next break I got, it was like 8 o'clock that morning. I jumped on my boss's computer and downloaded like 15 beats from my email. I was like, yo, I'm not going to wait on this. Like, I got to do this right now. So I downloaded those beats from my boss's computer and I sent them, and it was like, yo, what's your number, bro? It just like business.
We gotta have him repeat that. Yo, NES, you still there?
So real jumps on the phone. On the assembly line at work.
Yo, NES, sorry, you got cut off kind of a little bit. Can you repeat what you said from the when you got on your boss's computer?
Oh yeah. So I jumped on my boss's computer and I just went on my email and I downloaded like 15 beats that I had, from the whole collection I had in my email, just trying to find some vibes that I think that he would jump on. And like 30 minutes later, man, after they went through them and whatnot, he was like, yo, what's your number, bro? And that's why I knew like it was on for real. They asked for that number because I know, in the music industry, people don't ask for people's number for no reason. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just just for these shits and giggles or whatnot. So I shot him my number, man, and they called me from Miami number. And I was like, I know this got to be him. So I pick up while I'm on the assembly line, and Tiller jumps on the phone.
Wow.
Oh, it's Penn Griffey?
That's what's
I'll
up.
tell you to this day, we was on the phone cracking up about it, man. It was, and a week later, I was in Miami at the beach house with Timberland and Vinyls and Boy Wonder and
Dope.
Ayo and 6 Cents. Like it was the heavies in the house.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, this shit was crazy. Crazy.
That's what's up, man. That's such an amazing story because it also reminds me of my man Cardo's story, where how he got with Drake. Like so basically Cardo like made a Instagram post of like just a beat video, right?
Right.
And then like Drake commented like, yo, I need that. So then Cardo DM Drake like, yo man, like was that really you? Like, yo, call, like, here's my number, man. Call me, whatever.
Call me up,
and then he got a phone call, and it was Drake, and he was like, yo, Cardo, man, let's go. And like, so I say that
lit.
because it's like I feel like the Instagram DM is like the new way that people are starting to connect with people.
I know. Facts, bro. Facts.
And like, if you never took your shot, like, that never would have happened, you know. So like,
right, exactly.
But also too having like the right music though, you know what I mean?
A lot of people be DMing people or just messaging people, and it just the music don't be matching up. You know what I'm saying? And they always feel like, oh, I'm the next up. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's always about the timing, and then on top of the timing, it's just having the right material. And you know what I mean, I'm just blessed to have the right material, man, and it just took off from there.
What are you using now? What DAW are you using now?
I use FL all day, every day.
Cheat code.
How long have you been on that? Was that like your transition from like when you started making beats at a younger age? Was that the first like DAW that you ended up getting like once you got older?
No, I mean, as far as the DAW, that was my first one. But I come from like, I used to play instruments, so I played the piano and I was using MP and all that. Like I didn't get into using FL till maybe like 2 years ago. Yeah, so I'm still you know in the intermediate stage on the FL. I'm still learning a whole lot on that.
Nice.
Wow. So go ahead.
Yeah, yo, Ness, it's Atlas. What did you say in your DM when you sent it to Bryson? That's what I want to know.
Right.
What did you say? Did you say, yo, we're from the same town?
Yeah, did you bring that up at all?
Like, was it a long thing? Did you keep it short and sweet? Like, what did you say?
No, it was real simple, man, and it was just about the wordplay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't go in there and just trying to be all boastful and bragging about my work or whatnot. I was just, you know, few tracks. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that you can definitely vibe off of. And I want to send them to you and get your feedback and let you know, just to see if it's something that you can vibe to. And that was it.
Wow.
You
short and sweet. Short and sweet.
Yeah. I wouldn't know, yo, you need to check my work. Check my SoundCloud out.
Oh, jeez.
Like, nah, it ain't me.
I think the lesson to be learned here is that to a certain extent, as a music producer, you really need to take initiative.
Right.
Sometimes, this wasn't like you know, a big manager putting it into play or like them calling you. It's like you literally put yourself in position and forced your way in, and it worked, man. And I think that's like a lesson for everyone to learn. All of us is just you got to shoot your shot sometimes.
Right.
You're not going to make all of them in. But you might make some, and when you do, take advantage of that.
Are you starting to feel, you know, now that people know, you know, get to know your name more, and you know, maybe your friends, people that weren't fucking with you before, now they're like hollering at you, yo, what you doing tonight? Yo, come on, yo, come to the club. I got a table for you. Like, do you feel that right now?
Nah, yeah, it's definitely a whole lot of that going on. But you know what I'm saying? I just remain humble. You know what I'm saying?
Nice, yeah.
I'm a genuine cat anyway, so it's not like it's not like I take anything, you know, to the head or, you know, or take it and try to make it seem like I'm bigger than what I am. You know what I'm saying? So I just remain humble. You know what I'm saying? And if you wasn't messing with me then, it's a two fingers piece. You know what I'm saying? But I got to keep it moving.
Word
you know
up.
What I'm saying? Like,
exactly. So what's next for NES, man? What you can disclose?
Get to work. That's that's what's on the rise, man. So any and everybody who's trying to work and who's really trying to get some stuff done, I'm willing to pull out the computer, man, and get to work for real.
Yeah. Have you slid in any DMs, any other DMs recently that might be worth mentioning?
Nah, actually I haven't, man. It's, you know what I'm saying, especially since I signed that management deal, so I let Rich and Neil, you know what I'm saying, the monsters, I let them handle all that, you know what I mean? They got more connection than I'll ever have, so I let them do all the work now.
So how can people reach you if they want to reach out to you and connect with you?
Definitely, you know, you can hit me on IG, SooperNess, SOOPERNES, or like I said, you know, reach out to Neil or Rich if you got the email. And that's it, man.
That's what's up, man. Well, Super NES, man, we're rooting for you. We're looking forward to hearing more. And you know, me and you got to do more work, bro.
Yo, it was an
that
honor,
shit come
bro.
on,
Thank
man.
you.
Let's go, man. People,
Yeah,
I
no
think
doubt.
people fuck with the record.
You know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? I got that sample pack when the first time I went to Miami, bro. I bought this sample pack. You had like a deal going on where it was like I can't remember the actual thing of a sample for days. It was a sample for days pack. I bought that joint, man, and I was like, yo, as soon as I heard it, I had to go to work. Man, that was it.
Crazy thing is, when I start sending you some shit for you, then it's now we can get really busy. You know,
it's really over. It's really about to be over.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, I promise you.
Yeah, man. But yo, Super NES, man, it's a pleasure. It's been an honor. Thank you for taking the time.
Oh, thank you.
Again, we're rooting for you. Can't wait to hear more of the placements. I'm sure you got a lot of stuff brewing right now. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, man, I'm looking forward to. We got to get you back.
We got to bring him back. We got to bring him back
at some point, man.
And most definitely.
Yeah, man. Pleasure to talk to you. And yo, enjoy LA. Enjoy the weather. I'm sure you out there cooking.
You already know it. I'm about to cook up in a minute.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna send you something. Let's go.
Dope. Can't wait to hear it.
All right, NES. Let's give a round of applause for NES. Thank you, man.
Hey.
All right, man. Be
Later.
good, man.
Later. No, he couldn't see
I'm gonna hit you in a minute.
Yo. Okay, perfect.
Peace. Super NES.
Sliding up in the DMs, man.
See, man.
So was Bryson, I wanted to
works.
ask him, was Bryson following him at that point?
No, he hit up Rich.
Okay, because like on Instagram now, it's like if the person's following you, it's easier for them to see your DM. But if they're not, it's like you got to decline or allow the DM, which means people are actually checking their DMs.
People
guys,
check their
so
DMs. People check their DMs.
Shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot, guys. And again, I think this is a classic example of like even the whole Big Sean story with Kanye. It's like, I mean, what are the odds of that? Like if he never shot his shot, then he wouldn't be here or be doing what he's doing. So sometimes you got to go for it. And listen, like that was just right place, right time, right music.
Yeah.
And literally NES produced half, if not more, of the album. I mean, it was a mutual thing. Obviously, Rich and Bryson were looking for that guy to really kind of define the template for this, and that also shows how valuable the producer is.
Right.
And even before he sent it, it wasn't like, oh, let me just send the thing. Like he sat there. I think he even said he said a prayer
did his research.
And he was at work. He went on his boss's computer and went into his own email to download his
the
own
beats after they saw the DM and said, send me more joints. I know when he saw that DM that he replied back to him, man, he must have been so excited.
Especially at like 7 a.m.
Oh my God.
Because he said it was like 6:30.
Yeah, he was sitting his homie like, yo, look at on the line while he said he was working at a Corvette factory, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was just last October. NES is gonna really.
I'm so happy for that guy.
He's about to go on a run, man, for sure. But shout to NES, man. That's such a great story.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I love, because there's so many different levels. Like I like it when we conversate with the guys who like just kind of had their breakthrough. Like even like Cam Pasquale. Like I mean KMT. You know what I'm saying? Like exclusive. All the way up. And we got to get Menace on here for Panda. He confirmed, so we'll get him on the show soon. But there's a lot of guys out there that are just
I know this kid from LA called Business Boy. He goes Business Boy, you know him?
I actually follow him on Instagram. I've met him a few times.
Yeah, he's cool, man. Cool vibes, and like he's working a lot.
He's doing his shit.
He works with like up and comers like Ali. He's done shit on. He actually told me that he was in the studio with like Black the other day. Black.
Wow, yeah, love Black.
He's done shit for Party Next Door. So
that's good. You got to put yourself in position, man, and just go for it. That's the way you got to do it, man.
For years, like he said, he was doing it since high school,
middle school,
seventh grade.
That's like 12 years old.
Yeah.
7th grade, hustling beats for $50,
that.
And now I'm sure he's in his 20s.
Yeah.
Just think about that. That's already 5 to 10 years of grinding. You know what I mean? So it's not overnight, guys. Like everyone's like, oh, I've been doing it for 2 years. Cool story, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. That's crazy. So inspiring.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
Inspiring.
He's on his way.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, shoot your shot. Go for it. DM everyone you know. No, I'm just kidding.
It does go down in the DM.
It goes down.
It truly does go down in the DM.
It goes down in the DM. Yeah.
You know what's the thing you were talking about the allow and the decline thing? So I'm the kind of guy who like I always like my inbox to be at 0, or if it's not at 0, the ones I have to get to before it gets to 0. There's other people. I'm talking about emails, right? So,
Right.
But there's other people who you look. It's like 1,000 unread
Fact.
messages, but they know which ones they have to get to.
I
You know.
can't- Yeah, I can't even look at that number.
I can't even. To me, I like to have it always at 0. Or if there's 3 emails that are I left unread, then I have to attend to those at some point during the week, right?
Nah.
I'm the same way with the DMs. Like if I'm looking at my IG and it says 1, and it's like to allow a decline, I'm like, ah.
I
Look
should
at-
give you
look at-
mine
Is it
so
gonna
you
be?
can
Look
deny
at my
all
email
of them.
number, bro.
Oh yeah, see, he's a perfect. Look at this. Can I say it out loud?
Yeah.
38,000
Wow.
unread emails. Look right here. Look. 38,000. Look.
I think mine was
yeah,
at like,
yours is up there
mine was
too.
at like
You see, mine
175.
is 0.
It used to be at like when I saw it hit like 1,500, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
My
I
text
gotta go
messages
back.
are
Let's
getting
chill.
up there
Your
because
unread-
I
your
just
unreads.
Oh, text messages are
Yeah.
unacceptable.
Oh,
bro. That's
God.
fucked up. They got to be at 0, man. How many you got?
Oh, but now it's rolling into the text messages.
How many
That's
you got
when you
on the
might have a
text?
problem.
Text is fucked up, though. You got like, even 10 is like, come on.
I got my red receipts on, so
Damn.
certain things just don't.
Unread
why
text
do you have
messages,
it? Turn
though.
it off.
That's, nah, man.
I
Come
have to
on,
turn my red
perfection.
thing off. I don't want people
it's
knowing.
That's
because
it's
fucked
red.
up.
like I have old messages that I just never opened. Like if someone's like,
just won't even
okay, I
open
just
that
leave
shit.
it there. Like whatever.
That's still fucked up. I know. Listen, man. Unread,
No,
unread
but you're
text
one of the ones
messages
that
is kinda
know
messed
which
up.
one to get
Yeah,
to. You
like,
know what
I'm
I'm
sorry.
saying?
You probably
I
got
gotta
joints
clear.
from like 2016. Like unread
Do I? Let me
text.
check.
Yo,
I
we
might.
still good for next week?
Damn.
I might.
Just let them rock out like that.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Damn. I'm never texting you ever
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
You guys are good. You guys are good.
Yeah, we get replies. We're all right. We're all right, guys.
Wow.
Some
Unread
things are
text.
just not worth opening. Shit, like I know people like Angela Yee. Shoot,
Oh God, I can't
400.
even imagine.
Unread text?
yeah.
No,
could
see,
imagine.
no,
I
no,
believe
no.
that.
Hell yeah.
I could imagine.
Because
That's
it's
crazy.
just it's most like a third of those are just highs from people
Right.
she already knows. Just
Yeah.
like,
Right.
Or just people asking.
You
I was
got
just
my
gonna
number.
say,
that
some
you
Asking
know
people
for
is
shit.
asking
like.
for shit.
yeah, questions.
Yeah,
There's probably
asking
mad
for
questions in your
Yeah.
shit. honestly.
Yeah, I understand that. That's crazy.
It'll get that a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. I'm terrible. I'm terrible with my phone. Speaking of terrible with phone, terrible with phone. I don't want to hear any terrible beats today on Blap or Crap. I'm tired of
Right,
it.
I don't want no
Let's
shit.
do
we hear
the
some
let's do
fire?
the Ness way and pray on it.
Yeah, let's
Right.
pray on it. Let's pray that we get some blaps.
I want to blap.
Please, guys,
I'm
we
trying
get
to
some
blap.
blaps.